Hello, this is Kris Wilson with Agile Enterprises. Now what we'd like to do is talk about step 2, inviting. Inviting is actually a simple process. People get a lot of apprehension about inviting, they get a lot of fear about inviting, and what you have to understand is all you're doing is giving people information. You're not worried about the outcome. Don't worry about what the result is. Don't worry about if it's a yes or a no. I know you want your two representatives very badly, but when you focus on the results, then what happens is, you just get to a point where you get frustrated because you're thinking you're doing something wrong, or you're saying something wrong, or something's just not right. If you approach them in a professional manner, you give them the information, they look at the information, and they say a no, that doesn't mean that you said something wrong. It doesn't mean that the information is wrong. That just means that person is not open right now. And never get to the point where you feel a no is always going to be a no. They're just saying no, not right now. And you just keep them in the Rolodex, okay? You contact them 90 days later, then another 90 days later. See, because their life is always going to constantly change. They're going to be at different parts in the life cycle. They're going to be in a comfortable part, they're going to be in an uncomfortable part, they're going to be in a frustrated part. I mean, that just happens. And a lot of times, when you're talking to your people, after you invite them, it just comes down to, did you catch them at the right time, where they're open, where they see an opportunity for themselves? I've had individuals that I've stayed in contact with well over a year, and multiple times they weren't interested, but then something just clicked in their head and they said, you know what? They would call me and say, look, I'm interested in taking a look at what you're doing now. I've got some things going on, I've got some time cleared up, and I think I really need to pursue another source of income. So just be a professional manner. But when you look at inviting, the best thing before you get started is understanding the process. Here's the whole process. First, you want to determine if they're open to look at information. Next, you want to send them to a tool that will do all the explaining about what's going on. And then after that, number 3, you want to follow up and determine interest and answer questions. That's the invite. That's the whole process right there. So inviting is very simple. Step number 1. Okay, obviously counsel with your upline. If you're doing this by yourself, here's the best way to do it. If you're going to do it over the telephone, schedule time with your upline that you're working with, your mentor, so you're both on the telephone at the same time. Your upline can be muted out on a 3-way call. They won't even hear. You're already connected. And then you call your prospects, or the ones that you feel that you can contact yourself, and you've been coached by your upline, or you listen to your upline contact some of your people. And that's the best way to learn, because if you're doing some of the inviting yourself, after every call, your upline can coach you. Hey, that was a great job. This is what I would do. Let's tweak this out here. You started to get into the point where you answered 1 or 2 questions, but you cut it off right there. That was good. Let's just make sure the next call we don't answer any questions, and we go from there. So part 1, when you invite, is just determine if they're open to looking at some information. Are they open to making some extra income? Once you determine, yes, I'm open, yes, I want to make some information, now we direct them to a tool. If you're doing it over telephone, very simple. Here, you got a pen, piece of paper, write this website down, and give them directive. Just don't say write this down. Write down this website. There's a couple videos on the front. It'll take about 30 minutes to watch them both. Watch that. How soon can you watch those videos? And we'll go from there. And get a day. Find out when they can watch those videos. I can watch them by Wednesday. Great. What time on Thursday can we speak? If you want to do it that way over a telephone, or you can say, okay, here's the video. Now, when can we meet next week to talk? When's the soonest we can meet face-to-face and discuss what we just did? So it depends on what your strategy is. I like to try to meet people face-to-face after they view the information. And when I do that, I schedule that face-to-face appointment when I'm on the telephone. So it might go like this. Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob, it's Kris. How you doing? Hey, everything's going good. Hey, look, you keep your options open on generating income, to make some extra money. Oh, yeah, sure. What's going on? Look, you got a pen, piece of paper? Yeah, write this website down. www.learnaboutgel.com. There's 2 videos on there. They're about 30 minutes in length total. How soon do you think you can watch those videos? I'm kind of busy. I could probably watch them Thursday. Okay, is there any possible way that we can meet Thursday night or Friday face-to-face to discuss what's going on? That's if I want to do it face-to-face. If not, then if they tell me a day, then I'll say, okay. If they tell me Wednesday, I'll say, okay, what time Thursday can I call you? I schedule that time. I then counsel with my upline to let them know I got a three-way call, schedule this time, you get it scheduled, and then you and your upline call that individual for the follow-up, and we'll get into the follow-up. But see, that is the invite. You can send them to a tool. You can do the same thing. You can see someone face-to-face and say, hey, you keep your options open, make an income, I have something you might be interested in. Yeah, what do you got? Well, here's a DVD. It's about 30 minutes long. How soon can you watch that? I can watch it by Wednesday. Great. What time can we get together on Thursday? And then you just do it like that. If it's a face-to-face, I call my upline, hey, can we get together at this time? And that's it. That's the inviting process. But here's some key facets when you do your inviting. If you're doing it over the telephone, you are calling them to invite them to look at information. You're not calling them to small talk for 15 minutes and then, oh, by the way, I'm doing this little thing on the side, or I don't know if you'd be interested, but here, could you please take a look at this? That's not inviting. Okay, you need to be upfront with what you're doing. You need to be excited, not rah-rah excited, but you need to have that strategies. A lot of times when I got started in inviting, I had a list in front of me with the bullet points of just the basics, and you can download that below. We put together just some basics. Everybody's personality is different, but you just follow that script right there, so you take it from here, you go to there, you go to there. The worst thing you can do when you invite is to answer any questions. You give them the information, you set up the follow-up time, you say, what's this all about? Tell me, well, Kris, what's this about? Oh, well, look, everything's in email, I have to run, but go ahead and view that. Do not answer a question, because once you answer that one question, there's 10 more behind it. And when you start answering those questions, or 10 more behind it, next thing you know, that schedule that you had that the person is going to watch the video and follow up with them, there's no need to, because they already think what it is before even looking at it, and they don't even look at the information. So you just have to be disciplined enough when you contact. Now, inviting is a skill. You're going to get better at it the more you do it. Don't be fearful. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of picking up that phone. Nothing's going to happen. I mean, it's no different than referring someone to a great movie or to a restaurant. You are not bugging people. You are giving people a gift of an opportunity that if they apply themselves over a consistent period of time, they can physically change their financial future. You are giving them a gift. You are not bothering them. You are not begging them to come onto your team. You are looking for business partners that see what you see. You're looking for people who want something better out of life. Okay, that's the main thing. You want people who believe in what you believe in. Okay, all the how-tos are irrelevant. If they believe in what you believe in, then you can go and you can build just a tremendous business, because the how-tos, that all takes care of itself. So I hope this information helped you out. Inviting is okay. Now let's talk about another phase in the inviting process where your upline and your upline mentor who's working with you can be very active. Now we talked about some of the people on your list. Depending on the person you're working with, as far as that new representative, they'll probably be comfortable talking with some people, with some coaching, have the script in front of them, and they can do it. And especially in a three-way environment, so you can listen, is a great thing to do. But your upline can help you assist to this and really add fuel to the fire, because a lot of times what happens is companies will come and say, okay, this is what you're going to do, develop this prospect list, you go and invite all these people. And you let the most inexperienced person go and invite all the individuals, and it's the hardest skill to do in our business. So what the best thing to do is have your upline who you're working with say, okay, I can contact these names here, can you help me with these names here? So if I'm the upline person and I'm working with Sue's list, it would sound like this. I'd say, hello Bob, my name is Kris Wilson, I'm really good friends with Sue Smith. Typically the person on the other end says, oh yeah, I know Sue. Well, great. We're also very close business partners. We're working closely together. She was tied up today. She asked if I'd give you a quick call. We're working on a business project. I don't know if you would be interested or not, but do you keep your options open on generating income or looking at other sources? Sure, I do. Great. You have a pen and piece of paper right there. So now I go through the same thing. give them the website, I determine the follow-up time, we could follow up, I set that time up, and then I let my representative knows, Sue, say, look Sue, I talked to Bob today, he's looking at the video, we have a three-way call scheduled up Thursday, so we will do that in a three-way environment when we call him back. I would get Sue on the phone, we would call that person back in the follow-up, and I would conduct the follow-up, let them know Sue's on the call, they can talk, whatever, and then that's it. So that allows me, if I'm experienced and I'm comfortable on the phone, and that new prospect gives 20 names on a list, 5 people they're comfortable in contacting, 15 people is a mixture of people on their chicken list and other people they're just not comfortable in talking with. Well, I can go and I can run through 15 names. I'm working with this representative, so I might be able to get 3 or 4 appointments or 2 appointments depending on the list. And then Sue, she might get 1 or 2 appointments, and next thing you know, we've got 4 appointments scheduled and worked as a team. And you have your most experienced person talking to the people on the chicken list who cares? They don't even know me anyway. I mean, hey, are they open for information? I'm just going to go through the process and then bring Sue in. And a lot of times what happens, if I get the answer machine, I'm the experienced person, I just say the same thing. Hey Bob, my name's Kris Wilson, good friends with Sue Smith. We're also close business partners. We're working together, and she wanted me to get in contact with you. She was tied up today. We've got some information we want to get in your hands, see what you think. Give me a call back at your earliest convenience, or give Sue a call back, leave my phone number, boom. What happens is that person will either call me back or they'll call Sue and say, hey Sue, this is Bob. I had this person leave a message on my phone, Kris Wilson, about some kind of business or anything. And I've coached Sue, and Sue says, oh yeah, go ahead and give him a call back. He'll give you all the information. I'm really tied up right now, but you need to take a look at it. And that's it. That's how simple it is. And a lot of times, even if I do talk to the person on the upline, that person will then call Sue and say, hey Sue, I want to make sure I talked to this person. He gave me some information to look at, some kind of business or anything, something that's going on. Do you know this person? Oh yeah, he's a close friend. We're business partners. Great. What's all this about? Look, just go ahead and watch the video. Kris will call you back. Did he set up a time with you? Okay, great. Look, I've got to run, but I'll talk to you on Friday with Kris. Bam, and that's it. So that's another facet to inviting, and that all comes down to counseling with your upline. Remember when we did the prospect list, we counseled with our upline, we put the game plan together. And then when we start to invite, we counsel with our upline, we put the game plan together, and then we go ahead and put it in and we implement it, and you get predictable results. If you don't do that, you still get predictable results. You're going to get very, very poor results from it. So I hope this helps you out. My name is Kris Wilson. I'm Agile. Have a great day.